Welcome back. This is GameBreakers. I am Thomas. This is Allison, David, and Diamond, and we are continuing A Bard's Tale, Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. Oh boy, it's hot and heavy. The team has posted up in an attempt to deactivate an artifact creating a portal that is trapping the blue dragon Duneharrow. To do this, they have invited their awkward ally, the abbotess of the monastery of the Sun Soul Monks of the Yuan Ti, to aid them, and they are fending off a charge of mummies. And that's it. That's where we start. That's the beginning. We have rolled initiative. We start with the abbotess closing the distance. She is running along the roof of the Snake's Mouth. Closes the distance quickly. She is fast. And she leaps down and lands in front of the portal where Abrila is standing. Just looks at the girl. The genie's grip. What is your plan? I'm gonna dispel it. How can you help? Oh, child. There's one thing that's necessary, and I'll do it. Be ready.
So condescending.
And she kneels, like, with her face right at the membrane of the portal. Stan, where are you posted up?
I don't know.
Well, there is a giant 30-foot wide tongue down the middle and two 5-foot stairways up the side.
I guess I'll be on the tongue. And how close are the mummies to me?
They will start this turn. The closest of the wave is at 90 feet. Down the slope of the tongue.
I guess I'll take a defensive stance.
Okay.
And place my shield strategically, and also activate my animated shield.
Okay. Get ready to be the bulwark.
Yeah.
All right. Click Clack.
How far are they from me?
If you're, I assume you guys are right about at the top of the stairs. The portal is about 30 feet behind you, and they are 90 feet down the stairs.
All grouped together?
More or less. They're sort of starting to stream out towards the two stairways. There's still a group around the acolyte that is left down there.
Okay. I dismount and move up 30 feet. Or 25 feet, I guess. Oh yeah, I can only move 25. No, I'm not still hasted, am I? That probably went away by now.
That went away by now.
Yeah.
Doesn't last that long.
Oh crap, I can't get close enough yet. Can I delay my turn until Lovelace goes?
Yes.
I do that.
Okay.
Ignore
it. Well, you can hold your action. If there's a bonus action you want to take, you should do it now.
I just want to delay myself in the initiative. I'm not doing anything.
Okay. All right. So, well, in that case, you will use the new number.
Okay.
So you know. Okay.
But you, to the rest of my party, you can tell I have something planned for the Horde.
right? You can hear the wheels click-clacking. Struana.
So you said that the tongue part is going to be difficult terrain, but the stairs are not so much?
Yeah, they're not going to get there. I mean, it's going to be half movement either way. It's a 45-degree climb on narrow steps. It was not made to be easy to navigate for feet.
Huh. I am going to be zapping off some eldritch blasts on
Okay.
some zombie horde here.
All right. The leads.
The leads focusing on anyone who seems like this area is moving forward. Let's attack in that general.
Okay. Like I said, they're beginning to stream out of the center at the bottom of the tongue to the stairways.
If you can kind of herd them together, that'd be awesome.
Okay, well, I'm focusing on the sides, not the center.
Okay.
So it's 3 beams, and they're each gonna get to hit a different one. So it's force damage.
All right. It's a ranged spell attack.
Yeah. No, it's just it's a cantrip. It's just a zap. I thought. Hold on.
Well, that's
With my. Oh gosh, my brain. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, it is. I'm like, let's do the thing. 23.
that is plenty. Give me 2 more of those, and then we'll do damage.
19 and natural 20.
Nice.
26.
So, and you said these were different targets, right?
Yep.
Okay. Roll me some damage.
It's a 5, a 7, and a 10.
Okay. You remember from the fight in the desert that these honored ancestors are fairly durable, and they take the fire without slowing down very hard.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can tell that I'm not using real powerful spells right now, but that's a thing presently.
So we're at the back of the throat, and they're working their way down toward us?
They're working there. So you are inside the distended jaw of a stone snake. At the bottom near the fangs is where she had drawn the melee to, as far away from you as she could. Then sprang up, ran across the roof of the mouth. So they're coming from the very bottom, like the tooth line.
So we're in a mouth, not a throat.
You guys are all the way at the back of the jaw. You are up the tongue and over the side and right about where the uvula would be.
But this is all mouth, not throat.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay. Got it. I was picturing more of a tube. Okay.
Yeah, behind you is a tube. You could go back into a tube.
And the mirror is blocking his airflow.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm caught up. Thank you.
The mummies. Shamble. Double time, hustle speed. You hear a lot of like bones creaking and leathery ligaments going at mummy hustle, which gets them about, I mean, the leading edge gets to the base of the stairs and starts they have 20 feet of movement, and that is what they do. They also don't have any ranged attacks. Not at 90 feet. So that's what happens. Abrila gets ready for whatever it is. I don't know what's going to happen, but Lovelace, and concurrently at your new initiative of 6, which I'll mark on the list.
How far is the horde from me? now? They moved 20 feet up?
Well, they moved about 5 feet up. The horde has reached the stairway at either end and then started to ascend. There's a few stragglers that are gonna brave the tongue, but there's not a lot of purchase there for them.
So how far? You said 90?
The closest ones are now 85 if you're straight down a stairway. If you're crossing, it would be, whatever, hypotenuse. Get your geometry out of the way.
I'm still mounted. Lovelace is gonna move up. Yeah, I can. How deep is the horde? Like how far back does the horde go?
It's about 5 deep now. Counting the ones that are surrounding the last acolyte. They're going to be in single file along the stairs, and if they go equally, that's going to be about 15 deep on each side.
Okay. Lovelace's turn is just going double movement, getting up 60 feet.
Okay.
Toward the horde. My explosive arrow. You said it's regular damage, but the damage type is a 10-foot radius instead of one hit.
Yes.
Right? Okay. I aim at the center zombie, fire an explosive arrow, and cast Conjure Barrage.
Okay.
Everyone in a 60-foot cone gets hit with that arrow, and it's whatever damage type that the ammunition is.
Yeah.
So every zombie gets hit with a 10-foot radius.
Okay. Well, they're mummies.
Mm-hmm.
But, rather than pull out Shadowrun rules for chunky salsa and everything, essentially what I'm going to do with the overlap is just add 2 dice of whatever dice type you're using, just because they're all going to be in at least 2 zones.
Okay. So 5d8?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is... They get a save, right? Dex save?
I just read it. Dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, they take half. Or on a successful save, they take half. Yeah.
And what's the DC?
That's an excellent question. 14.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Nine, 16, 21, 28.
Nice. No other bonuses, your dex modifier, anything like that?
Yeah, I think the spell replaces regular damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's it.
All right. And so
And
on
then
double clear,
not
you
fighting
went
ones.
right up to like how far from the first one to get as many as possible in?
I moved up 60 feet from where I was.
Okay, so that's 30 feet in. Okay. Just calculating for... So nobody involved on the other end of the bow from that enjoyed what just happened. The sound alone as it echoes through, like there's dust kicked up.
every mummy got hit with an explosion.
And it's a 60-foot cone.
Yes.
There's one. Oh. The acolyte goes down too.
I'm making an omelet.
Yeah. If he'd have rolled much better than a 2, he'd have been okay. But he didn't.
See, that's not on me.
There's no monking your way out of that one. Anything else? Bonus actions?
No.
Okay. Back to the top. The abbotess begins a ritual. Starts to recite the chant. Lots of S's and TH's. Stan, what do you do?
How close are they to me now?
$85 from the, what was that what I said? 80 to 85 feet from the top of the stairs?
They'd been 40 feet before, right?
No, they started at 90. They moved laterally and then up.
I thought they would be coming closer faster.
Can I have said one thing in the earring?
Sure, free action.
That was my dangerous one. If you want to wade in, you're clear.
All right, I'll head down 30 feet. My speed.
Okay. If you would like to charge at double speed, I may ask for an acrobatics test.
All right, let's do it.
All right, that'll get you.
I got 6.
That's the Stan I know.
Yeah.
we lost Thomas.
Okay, so I'm gonna give some mummies some dexterity checks.
Not that kind of bowling, Stan.
Right? The first two see this coming, start to get defensive, and then see you just like, and the first two are just like, the third one's just looking at him like, where are you going, guys?
Got a laughter out of this session. Okay, not a whole.
So that was a 90-foot charge. That's a D6 per 10-foot fallen. Stan, I'm going to give you a dexterity save as well for half damage. Unless you have that ring of evasion.
I have the ring of evasion.
I didn't know how many you guys had found.
I got 12.
I think only the one so far.
It's going to give it a DC 10 for half damage. So you're going to take 13 bludgeoning from from the, you manage mostly to catch it on like forearms and heavily armored places, but sometimes your heavily armored places are also kind of your kidneys, and but on the upside you have joined melee. You are prone on top of another mummy, and there's 2 other prone ones that dove to the side, but there's plenty to go around. Do you have any bonus actions?
I'm gonna. Oh, I can't. It's only when taking an attack.
You know what? You made a charge. I'll still give you your attack at the end of the charge.
Yeah. Even
Yeah.
though I double moved. I don't know if that's.
Well, that's why you were double moving. Was the charge attack. So you still get your attack.
Okay. Woohoo!
It just hurt.
Disadvantage because you're prone.
At disadvantage, you say?
Yes.
I don't like that. 14.
14 is still enough. Go ahead and roll your damage. So Stan lands basically on his back, shakes it off, looks to one side, and sees a mummy knee. I'm like, there, right there, that's the one.
And then as a bonus action, I'm going to use Shield Master and make a shove with my shield when taking my attack. Uh, 15 damage.
Okay.
And then let me look. I have to look up shove. I've been a shield master the whole time, but never really done it.
Finally making you guys dig deep. Is that what that means?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get
I'm
all the way
really
to the
glad I
bottom
didn't
of your bag of tricks.
get rid of message because I kept looking at that cantrip and going, I've never used it. And it's like, I don't want to be in a situation where that's the only way to get a message to someone and not have it. It was a good decision.
Using
has
the
an under
attack
chart.
action, in this case a bonus, you make a special melee attack either to knock prone or push it away. Which would you like to do?
Push it away.
Okay. Target must be no. Okay, so that's good. It's action to play. Okay. So you're gonna make strength athletics contested by their strength or dex athletics or acrobatics.
So I make an athletics check. Is what you're saying?
Yes.
19.
So you cause a little domino ripple down the stairs as they're all pushed back one and kind of do the like Three Stooges.
Yeah. Zombie bowling. Mummy bowl.
Click Clack.
Mummy bowling is the next stage of the game. That's what that is.
Am I at my old initiative, or did that permanently change?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Struana.
Hey, let's light it on fire. So how far away is Stan now in the middle of everything?
Is in the middle. From you, if you're at the top, he is now, I would call it 85 feet down. He's right in the thick of it.
All right. Well, and we're still having advancing.
It's
They did turn to.
a little. I mean, you've got your tank and your tank plodding up either stairway, so it would be a slow advance.
As a free action, can I ask Click Clack where the best place to put a bonfire would be? Diamond's having a hard time with the internal map of what it looks like.
Is there still a main cluster?
There are kind of two.
Is there a bigger one?
Not really. They're both. I mean, you're both good. They're gonna catch about the same amount in both because it's sort of attenuated. There's a line of them running toward
The center of a cluster, but closer to us because they're moving toward us.
So the one on the left is evens, and the one on the right is odds. So the one on the right is the one I'm gonna go ahead and slam that bonfire into. They need to make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
Or they're going to take the fire damage that I will roll.
And at this level, how big is your
It's-
bonfire?
It's still only a 5-foot cube.
Okay. But it's now like 5d8 damage or something like that.
It's 3d8. Oh, and
Okay.
that's a nice roll. Somebody gets hurt.
And did you say this was on ClickClack side or Stan's side?
I said it was on the right, from where I am to my right. I don't know which side that
never
is.
really
I
got
don't know what side I'm on.
Yeah. In that case, on Stan's side, the mummy in that space gets completely incinerated. Just goes up and stops moving. Just drops and becomes more fuel for the fire.
If in this turn any of them go through that, they also have to make a dex save or take the same damage.
Yep. Yep. The ones behind it seem aware of that too. Oh man. Oh.
Gonna keep fire rate for a little bit. It's just like.
Bonus actions, anything else?
Shit talking over the headpiece? I don't know.
Does that mean bardic inspiration, or are you out of those?
I'm out of those.
Okay.
I do not have any more of those to give to y'all.
The mummies will close into range. Oh man, mummies are rolling hot. So Stan, will a 21 hit you?
No, not with me.
All right.
No, not with the animated shield up.
But the critical does hit, and that is a. But your armor is adamantine, so it doesn't actually get its double damage. We're going to go with averages on these guys, so you're going to take 10 bludgeoning and 10 necrotic. You are immune to disease, so nothing else happens.
Not immune to pain, though. That sucks.
Click Clack, will a 17 hit you?
Hit me. No.
Okay. I believe if something makes a melee attack on you, your mount gets a reaction. If you want her to.
Why not? Uh, 18 to hit.
That is plenty.
Oh, that's terrible. 9 bludgeoning and a grapple check.
Which that's not going to go very well for it. What's the DC on the grapple?
Oh, it probably goes up because she's bigger. DC 14.
Okay. Just how dare you, sir? And she's got it.
Weirdly, I can imagine Lovely saying that.
Oh, she's fancy.
Yeah, that works.
The other thing that happens doesn't matter to Stan, but Click Clack, I'm going to need a wisdom save from you. They're combining a mass of dreadful glares your direction.
This is a save.
Yes.
19.
Okay. Nothing.
Ha ha ha.
And that is the mummies. Abrila continues to wait until she's instructed to do something. She just naturally falls into like being the student to the abattis. Like as soon as she hears that tone of voice, she's like, "Oh yes, of course, yes, I'll do."
So far, it's keeping her out of trouble. and like also being helpful. This is not a problem, because if we do survive this, I mean, whatever, curses make for good stories.
I did. Oh no, we got Stan's damage. Lovelace, and thus ClickClack. The finely oiled machine.
Can she just squeeze the one she's holding?
You may, as an action, do your natural weapon damage in a grapple.
Crap.
Same as before. 14 damage.
And it just breaks apart. Like, it's dry
I'm
and
imagining
crusty,
she
and
just cut it in
through
half.
it. Yeah.
Clip.
Basically, like, it just crumbles into kind of two parts and then stops moving and turns to dust in the rags.
Yeah, she only gets one attack now. That's with the trade-off. Okay. They're on us now, right? They're at us.
Yes.
Okay. Can she take it? I mean, after doing that, can she still take a defensive stance?
Yeah. No, because she took her action. That would be the total defense.
Gotcha.
You can stand
Okay.
however you want, but...
Right. I think she's just gonna stay there, and that's her turn.
Okay.
Are the other two in melee right now?
Struana is not. Stan is.
Stand it with how many?
Well, there's two on this side of him, there's one under him, and then there's a line waiting to get hammered all the way back.
I'm gonna shoot two different ones that are attacking him.
Okay.
Oh, so close. 31 to hit the first one.
That's plenty.
And way less on the second one.
And on that one, you will get sneak attack because Stan is in melee.
The first one or the second one?
The first one, because it's the first one in line.
Right. And a 17 on the second one to hit.
Okay. You could also get advantage on that one if you're fishing for crits. But otherwise, go ahead and roll your damage. Both of them are plenty.
Yeah. Oh, advantage because they're engaged?
Yes. They're in melee with an
Gotcha.
ally.
Nope. 1d10. Okay, on that first one. Yeah, that was not. Ooh, that was terrible. 14 damage.
All right. So that one was struggling to maintain anything at all and was basically being pushed forward by the one behind it, and you just hit it right through the neck and sticks to the side of the wall, and it starts to crumble and deflate like you've hung a robe full of rags on the wall.
And no sneak on the second one, right? You only get one of those around?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, that was horrendous. 10 damage.
Okay. The one behind it gets one in the ribs.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Top of the round. Abatus continues her chant, and around her there begins to be the occasional little mote of light, like a little firefly lighting off around her.
I'm sure it's beautiful if we were looking at it. Fortunately, you in the game world can, or you in the audience can see this.
Right. It is assumed
Jump
in
cut.
combat one's head is
Jump
on a
cut.
swivel and staying.
Jump cut.
So Stan.
Yes.
Hi.
I'm going to hit more of
Okay.
them.
It would be half your movement to stand up. You are prone.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay. There is a sad display of pugilism in response to your standing up that is just, I mean, they're really trying hard, but this is they're just not going to hit you with that kind of gumption.
Yeah. 21 to hit.
That's plenty.
$17 damage.
Ugh. You feel bones, brittle bones crunch underneath the hammer.
And then I'm gonna use a bonus action to make a shove again.
Okay.
20.
That is plenty. It cannot get that high. Because it's a check and a natural 20 doesn't count. So
Huh.
it takes another 5 points damage from bouncing off its friends behind it and is, unless you were trying to knock it prone.
Nope, I was knocking it back.
Okay. So that's your bonus action.
Second attack, 18 to hit.
That is plenty.
14 damage.
And that just explodes into dust on the backswing.
Poof.
Struana. Unless there's more movement, bonus. You got everything, Stan? Okay.
Nope, that's it.
Molfaya. Continuing to light the things on fire because, I mean, there is a pretty limited amount of things I'm trying to actively save the few, like, useful spells that I have for when I have to use them, because now I'm scared. So, again, we're gonna light some shit on fire. How close are they? Who's closer?
Do you have to concentrate on the bonfires?
I do.
Okay.
That means I can't be more than one at a time. I have to.
Both stairways are pretty effectively blocked right now. Sorry,
How close are they to? Because I'm back behind. I'm not right up in the front, but I'm back behind. And this is like 100. No, it's good range. It's good range.
Okay.
For how ClickClack is on the left side, then if
Yes.
Stan's on the right. All right, so I'm gonna throw one into a mass on ClickClack side, closer to the front, make it a distracting stop there for the next motion, so they have to come in a little instead.
Okay.
So yeah.
And so the one you've had, like, Stan has been basically keeping the one that was in it there, and that's about done. Just by bouncing everybody past it, so he can't move forward. So that treatment goes off to the next one. Anything else? Bonus actions, move actions.
No.
There's got to be a dex save.
Yeah.
So I was just assuming failure. Indeed, it failed.
So that's 17 damage.
Okay. And again, just a little ways in front of Lovelace, there's blazing heat. The mummies. Now, is it when they start their turn, by the way, that they need to make that roll? I've just been assuming so.
Yes.
Okay.
They start their turn, or if they move into the square.
All right. And I've also just been using your damage from the last roll.
Well, that works as long as that previous bonfire was there. Yes, that's the damage from that one.
Okay.
But I'm making a new one, so now it's going to be a different damage.
Yeah. It's
but
the
they
17 you just did.
Yeah. But like, so anytime they move, when it's created, if they move into it, or if they know it's beginning a turn there or moving into it,
Okay.
those ones.
And that one comes charging
And
out.
Strana's feeling really positive about this. Like, okay, I've got this. I'm getting back in my game. A little bit of fire. It's like a little like napalmy thing just like shoots up out of the bagpipes and splatters on the ground there.
I do one of those too.
So another ineffectual round of pugilism from the mummies. Lovelace will get her reaction attack.
14.
That is enough.
Wow. Okay. And 12 damage
Okay.
and a grapple check. I did the math. It's a DC 15, by the way.
That's fine. It would have failed it had you not had she just not completely destroyed it with the strike.
Splort.
Yeah, starting off the whole group with 28 damage was that's helped you guys a lot. More of them are attempting to go around the fire and up the tongue, by the way. Not yet with much success, although they're beginning to help each other. Like, one will push the other one up, and they'll both tag team, and then another one will climb up. But that is only just starting to happen.
This whole thing is a team building exercise for the mummies.
Abrila waits, hopes, sings a solo, waiting
Has
for
adventure.
a moment. Lovelace and ClickClack.
She's gonna attack one near her.
Okay. You've got reach, so you can actually make it. You'll be attacking through the fire.
That's a 14 to hit.
That is a hit.
I feel like the damage isn't accurate. 12 damage.
All right.
That's right. Okay.
And it fails the grapple check.
Okay.
So you've got it.
Mm-hmm. You said there's heat near her.
Struana has placed a bonfire right in front of her. In fact, you had to reach around and through it to snap the guy up.
I wouldn't have placed it that. I'm doing more like in the middle of them.
Oh, farther down? Okay.
A little bit further down. I'm not doing on lead person.
All right.
I'm doing in cluster of. So
Okay.
it's going to be one or two behind lead person.
All right.
Okay. Then she's just gonna stay there. I'm gonna shoot at two more that are attacking Stan.
Okay.
19 to hit.
That is plenty.
Do I get advantage on any of these?
No. Currently, Stan has cleared out everything around him.
Oh, he's not in melee with anything?
Not at just the moment. He just finished off the last one. He dusted one. Oh, no, I take it back. The mummies had a turn. They closed ranks. They just sucked. One of them did just get a shot in. Right, their attacks are so forgettable. There's just so many of them.
So he is in melee.
He is, yes. There is one.
Okay. Does that mean I have advantage on that attack?
Yes.
I mean, I hit anyway, but you know.
Right.
Yeah, it's, the second one was a 24, by the way, to hit.
Okay. Their AC is 11. Just FYI.
Good to know.
There.
That should save some time. Eight. 17 on the one attacking Stan. 17 damage.
Okay.
And one nearby. Oh, okay. 16 damage.
Okay.
That's it for me.
All right. At the top of the round, the abbotess begins to. There are now beams of light streaming out of her, and one of them is crawling. It's like you can see the beam of it crawling its way down the roof of the mouth of the snake. Stan.
I'm going to step forward. Or I guess they closed in on me, so I'm going to swing wide.
Okay.
28 to hit, I presume hits.
It's so much more than you need.
17 damage, and I'll do the shield shove.
It's like you just completely destroy, like his head turns to dust.
Like a dirt clod.
Like Stan's
Right.
gotta be enjoying this.
Oh yeah.
This is the stuff we're made for.
Yeah, yeah.
What was that damage again, Stan?
So the damage was 17, and then I rolled 17 on the check to do the shove.
Okay.
It's just shoving the broken body.
It rolled a natural 20, so that time it managed to like catch the shield and then come back with you.
Okay.
Rode the shove for a second.
All right. Now I'm gonna use my second 17 to hit.
Okay. Plenty. Roll that beautiful damage.
Max damage 22.
Bam!
That does it. Poof. Another one just crumples into rags with lumps of what once were desiccated body parts.
Nice.
So
That's my turn.
satisfying after the last hour of your life. That's...
Yeah. Oh, just killing undead. This feels so good. I know I'm doing a good thing.
Struana.
Fire! How's that one bonfire doing?
It's roasting. Roasting mummies. A lot of them are attempting to go around it, but there's still one that's stuck there.
In that case, actually, I want to look at.
Right, there is a little pyramid forming at the center of the tongue.
Hence. Eldritch Blast is not a concentration spell, so I can have them both live. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to try for 2 targets at the head of the pyramid.
Okay.
So one's going to get hit. Hopefully one's going to get hit twice and one's going to get hit once. So there's one attack roll is a 13 and the other is a 25.
Both are plenty.
Okay. So 3 separate attacks then. So 1d8. Right? Oh wait, you know what? It might be a d10. I'm sorry.
I believe it is. At your level, it might even be 2d10.
I think it's how many you can hit with this spell, not how damaging it is. And each attack is a d10. Yeah, that's it. d10 force damage, which is fun to say. So a 9, a 6, and an 8. So the 9 and 6 on one guy and an 8 on the other. While the bonfire continues to bonfire. It's just like weird, like bellows come out of the pipes and just slam into. It's lovely.
Indeed. The one at the top seems a little rocked by all that. It's having trouble maintaining its balance on the one beneath it, who has also just taken a shot to the shoulder. Bonus actions, movement, anything? No, you're right in your prime range.
Yeah,
The mummies. The one in the bonfire finishes just and evaporates. Several of them swing and miss. Click Clack, does a 19 hit you?
No, wait. 19 is my AC.
Okay. That will be 10 necrotic, 10 bludgeoning, and I need a constitution save.
21.
21 is plenty. No Mully Rot for you. I now need Lovelace to make a wisdom save.
Okay. 19.
19 will do it. The assembled mummies concentrate their dreadful glare, but to no avail. Abrila, is it about the second chorus? Lovelace, and of course ClickClack. Lovelace and her companion, ClickClack.
If you talk to her, that is exactly the situation.
Of course.
Am I surrounded?
No. There's several about 15 feet off to the side that are trying to climb up the middle of the tongue, but the ones coming at you are single file, or they're trying to head toward the middle instead.
How far away is the clump you said going up, trying to get up the top?
About 15 feet. There's about a dozen of them in that pile now, pushing at each other.
I have no idea how this works mechanically. Lovelace wants to cannonball into them.
Okay.
Run, jump, 10-foot wide crab, just...
I thought you said she was fancy.
Give them a combined athletics test. against what is essentially a shove attack to knock prone. Basically, you want to knock all of them prone. Okay, so it'll be strength plus athletics for Lovelace, and they will get a bonus strength plus athletics.
Ooh. 19. No, sorry. 22.
You can almost hear the sound of bowling pins as it's right into center mass. You are both, however, now surrounded by mummies. Some of them landed on her back prone and are rolling off. There are multiple underneath. They're all prone. It didn't go well for them, even with the bonus.
Does that count as her action? Does that count as her action?
Yes, that is a special attack action.
That's entirely fair. Is Stan in melee?
Yes.
Right,
that will always be the case, so you know, because the mummies go before you and will close up on Stan.
Right. Is Lovelace in melee?
Oh God, yes.
1 each.
Okay.
Stan and then Lovelace. 23 to hit the one on Stan.
Yep. You literally, I think, have to roll a 1 to miss.
Oh, don't underestimate me. 8, 13.
Out of 1. Sounded like not a 1. That's what I heard.
Well, this is damage. 22 damage.
That will finish off the one that was in front of Stan.
And attacking the one of the ones on Lovelace. Oh, that's horrendous. Wow.
You're looking for an 11.
Oh, yeah, then I hit.
Plus, all of them next to Lovelace are prone, so you have disadvantage on ranged for prone.
Okay. No, I still hit.
Okay.
Uh, 17 damage on that one.
Okay.
And Lovelace can use a reaction to attack on my turn.
Yep.
$11.
Perfect. Spot on. Actually, melee gets advantage against prone.
Oh.
So, if you want to go fishing for criticals.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Still a hit.
Yeah. You'd think I'd have this memorized by now, but no. 14 damage and a grapple check.
Okay.
Teamwork.
In that case, that one, she just pins it down into the ground, and it just stops moving and begins to crumble. Well,
I'm done.
You've done quite a number. At the top of the round, the ray of sunshine.
That is what they call me.
Reaches the end of the mouth, and you see it begin to diffuse outward from the snake's mouth, and it's getting light out. Stan.
I'm going to swing at the ones in my vicinity. the
You'll
mummies.
have to step forward, but yeah, you're
Take a 5-foot step forward and swing. 19 to hit. Then 17 damage. And I use a bonus action to shove it backwards, and I do 11 on the check.
still does it.
All right, it's a weaker push, but still enough. And then I'll.
Weird statistical note, you guys have rolled a whole lot of 17s for damage. Like, looking at my damage track here, just 17 after 17 after 17.
Huh. That is bizarre. So then,
That's
29.
we're lying.
29 for damage?
29 to hit for the second one. And then 14 damage.
And that just, you drive the hammer down and it just falls. That one had taken plenty of other damage, and all the ones in the line behind it are taking a little bit of that bumping damage from your shoves. Just a point or two each time, but by the time they get to you, they're ground down a little bit. Anything else? Bonus actions, move actions.
I already used my bonus. I'm done.
Struana.
It's still on fire, or I need to move the fire.
There are the fire is still like creating a. Oh, actually no. Now the fire is the only thing that's blocking that staircase. Just so you know. Because Lovelace has cannonballed into the center.
Yes, with Click Clack on her back, I presume. I feel like it would be silly otherwise.
Otherwise.
Well, yeah. Where to now, friend? That's
Is
a you,
there-
Click Clack.
Is there still a grouping?
There's still several that are going up the stairs, especially now that you're in the middle. Some of them that were headed that way are like, oh, well, now I guess this is the good way.
I point to that group and say, in front of them.
In front of them. Well, on whoever's in the front of them, more specifically.
Yes. At the front of them.
Again, here we go. That we're moving the bonfire this time. The thing is working only ever so slowly. They make dex save. Or it makes dex save.
It fails. What's the damage?
This time the bonfire is 11 damage. Getting a little like glittery.
All right.
How far away are they from me?
They haven't gotten. Actually, they're farther away now as a whole. They're all at about 90 feet tops.
That's good. I like that. That's fine. I don't need to move. Good. I'm good. Ew.
The mummies, as a whole, feel generally outclassed, but are not about to give up their prize. What is Lovelace's AC?
24.
24.
What is that
So
thumping
that's gonna
noise?
be one hit on Lovelace, one hit or two hits on Click Clack, and no hits on Stan.
From the mummies?
Yes. I think Lovelace already took her reaction, so we don't have to worry about that. So that's going to be for the first shot. It's 10 bludgeoning, 10 necrotic, and on Lovelace. Actually, for all of them, I'm using average damage rather than rolling for the whole mom. So every hit is 10 bludgeoning, 10 necrotic, and a Constitution save. So 1 for Lovelace, 2 for ClickClack, none for Stan because he wouldn't have to anyway.
16 for her.
Okay.
Wow. 23 for me.
On the first one and the second one.
Oh, right. 13.
Close. You almost got the mummy rots. But did not. All of the mummies around you, by the way, stand up. They come up from prone to do all this ridiculousness. Abrila. Waits. She got told to wait. She's going to wait. Continues her solo. She's just hitting the top note. Lovelace and ClickClack.
As her action, she squeezes the one in her hand.
Okay.
In her claw. Wow. I really had to write this shit down. 16 damage.
That will end that one. Again, it just crumbles into chunky rags. Remarkably bloodless battle.
She's going to disengage up toward the mirror.
Disengage is an action.
Oh, I see. Okay, I read that wrong. Well, then she's just gonna leave.
Okay. Gonna trust to her thick carapace.
That's the hope.
Well, there was one natural 20 in the bunch, and nothing else came anywhere close. So that'll be 20 bludgeon, 20 necrotic, and a Constitution save. Alright.
Ouch.
One of them just comes leaping over the top of all of them. Ah, pow! Right between the eye stalks.
Natural 20 on the con save.
No mummy rots for you either.
Nice.
And that is all for the mummies. Oh, wait, no, that was Lovelace's attack of opportunities. Okay, so where do you move?
Up toward the mirror.
Okay. Difficult terrain means nothing to you, if I remember right. So she's...
Ranger. And I shoot at the ones crowding Stan.
Okay.
First one hits. Second one hits.
Oh, one thing I forgot to mention on the mummy's turn was that some of them reached the right side and have trudged up even through the flame, although one of them is, like, on the way through just got worked. Like, it's in bad shape.
13 damage to the first one.
Okay.
11 to the second. That was really crappy damage.
Both of them are sent reeling and stagger a little bit. The abbotess continues the chant, whips out her arms wide, and you can see that a pulse of light comes back from outside up that sunbeam and directly into her back. And she begins to dissipate into light. Stan.
Who begins to dissipate into light?
The abbotess kneeling before the portal.
Okay. Are there still mummies coming?
Yeah. You've gone through about half of them.
Uh, 12 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. 9 damage and 14 to shove.
Okay. It does not resist. Actually, you don't have to shove the same target that you attacked, because it dies. Sorry, like you come across and its head just goes at 90 degrees and then it all drops like a sack.
It says make a shove with shield when taking the attack action. So it's when I'm attacking.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the same target. So you just drive through the first one and then shove past him to the next one down, who fails his check.
And then my next attack does 20 damage.
And as the ones behind it are pushing it back towards you, it's just looking at the front of the hammer like, no. Bam!
Come on, man.
Wasn't even supposed to be here today.
Anything else, Stan? Bonus actions, moves.
No, those were all my things.
Okay. Struana.
So that bonfire, I just like, I'm seeing it being sort of like, I'm like, I did a better one earlier. I'm gonna try again. Like, just like in the 5-foot cube forward from where that one is.
He just stumbled out of like, oh no, God, that's so. No.
Basically. So, dex save from him.
Have I mentioned that dex is not what mummies do? Why?
Yeah.
Why
Yeah, you have.
that with my descriptions? Yeah, that's not.
You have, in fact. That's even worse damage. It's doing an 8. Whatever.
That it's enough to finish him off though. After he walked through the one behind it, that's.
Yeah, it's like when you've got that one part of the song that you just keep singing a flat note on. You're like, I know that's not how it sounds.
Bonus actions, movements.
How close are they to me?
Not significant, like 85 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna keep asking that question.
Okay.
Currently, I'm fine.
Stan and ClickClack are definitely doing their job. Which right now, your job, they can't get you. They look up and stand up and again start trying to pile up. But most of them that were doing the pile start running over toward the stairway behind Stan. Like now that he's moved far enough down, they're like, "Oh, we'll just slip in behind him and go up the stairs." Stan is going to get an attack of opportunity on the lead one.
I'm going to assume 22 hits
Yes.
and 10 damage.
Okay, you rock him. He just kind of like bounces off the wall and keeps like climbing up the stairway. Oh, except you're a sentinel, so he does no such damn thing and stays right in front of you.
Yep.
And then Stan is subject to a 24. Does a 24 get you, Stan?
Yeah.
Doesn't happen very often. And nothing else. So that's going to be 10 bludgeoning, 10 necrotic. You don't have to save against crep. And Lovelace will once again be the subject of the dreadful gaze. So that's a wisdom save. Glare.
$21.
So as they stare down your crab with the hatred of a dozen lifetimes, Lovelace stands her ground. Abrila is a little confused about what's happening to the abattis, but she said to wait, and she's waiting. Lovelace, click clack.
I use my action to feed Lovelace a health potion.
Okay. Bonus actions?
What kind of... No, I already did that. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
You said there's still a cluster of zombies trying to climb up the stairs?
Yeah,
Besides-
there's about half a dozen or so that broke off from the center pile to go around and kind of get behind Stan.
Lovelace is going to shoot her mortar at them.
Okay.
Or is she? That's a miss.
So she misfires the trajectory with the timing, and it just explodes harmlessly in the air.
All right.
I mean, by miss, do you mean less than 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
7.
Okay. That's a miss.
Turns out range attacks are not the crab's forte.
Well, you know. All right, so we'll take a brief moment if everybody wants to do a quick bio and then cut right back in. And we are back from our brief break right to the action at the top of the initiative. The Abattis, almost completely ephemeral now, closes her fists and pours out light from her hands, and with that light starts at the center, and she just becomes just light and fades away. There's one last pulse from the sunbeam that is pointed outside, and you can see now that it is daylight out there. The sun has come out. You can see it through the mouth of the snake rising in the east. That sunbeam pulses through her, and she is obliterated and flung into the membrane of the portal. At which point the motes of light that were once her float in and cling to the dragon. They pass your arrow, they pass the pebble, and at the speed of light, even there, are wrapped around the dragon, and it finishes its wing beat. Stan, what do you do?
feel like I should keep killing mummies. I'm not really sure what to do about that whole situation. 27 to hit and 17 damage.
Dead. Again, 17.
Yeah, and then 21 to hit and 8 damage, minimum damage that time.
That one remains up.
And this time I will use the bonus action on that one for 16 for shoving.
It fails.
For bowling.
Struana.
How's that fire going?
It continues to immolate. Really, it's also a deterrent. At this point, the mummies are sort of trying to figure out a way around it.
I want to recast it. Well, you know what? Honestly, I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast at the same area.
Okay.
Not whoever is currently lit up, but in front of and behind them.
All right.
So there's an attack that's a 20, an attack that's an 11, and an attack that's a 7.
The 7 does not hit. Are you lucky?
Okay. Not right now.
Okay.
Not for that. That's a D10. And so one of those hits at a 3, and one at a 4.
Okay.
This is mostly aiding in it being a deterrent.
Ow! Ow! Bonus actions, anything else?
Can I roll a knowledge arcana check to see what she's doing?
Yeah.
Like, what is this thing? How has this happened? That's only a 7. Can help out much. Not paying
Never
attention
heard
to you.
of anything like this.
Yep.
Clerical
Nope.
miracles, making the sunrise at night. It's the closest thing you've ever heard.
Okay.
God stuff. The mummies get 1 critical hit on Stan, but because it's adamantine, it doesn't matter. So 10 damage, or 10 bludgeoning, 10 necrotic, and that is all. The one in the fire dies. And this time they're all avoiding it. They're done with that. They're like, oh, we can find a better way to do this, guys. And you see some of them from the back, like pointing at the portal, like, everybody, that's not. They take one last attempt to stare down Lovelace, who needs to do a wisdom save.
Stan does not look good.
Wisdom?
Yes.
Yes. 20.
No problem. Lovelace has seen way worse than this today.
That is very true.
Abrila looks a little like, is this, I'm not sure. She does not panic. Lovelace, click clack.
Is there room next to the mirrors, or does it fill the space? Next to the mirror, or does it fill the space?
It doesn't completely fill it. There's walkways on either side.
I want to move to the side of the mirror, but out of the way of it.
Okay. With like a sprint, you'll get there.
Well, I mean, by me, I mean Lovelace.
Right. That's what I mean. Is with.
Okay. And that's all she's doing. Her turn. My turn. I'm going to shoot the one that Stan managed to not kill yet.
Okay.
Somehow. Yeah, that hits.
All right.
Do I get sneak attack on this?
Yes, the one that Stan is engaged with.
22 damage.
Dead.
I would hope so.
Right through the brain pan, were it not in a Coptic jar somewhere.
Second attack. I can't get sneak attack this time. I'm gonna sharpshooter the one nearest to me, the one that's approaching me and the crab.
Okay.
Yeah, that hits. It's a six. No. Anyway, it hits.
Okay. Anything over 11.
Yeah. Which is what I rolled plus my bonus, so. Well, that's horrendous. 21 damage.
Also dead. You guys are down
Lord.
just a handful left. As you're letting loose the last bolt, a shadow comes up and blots out the sun as it's coming in, and you can see a silhouette of a worm's head with a gleaming purple figure on top of it. He spent his action charging up to get here, but Ambrock and his worm are entering the mouth of the snake. The dragon streams along the glittering path left by what was once the abatis, and hits the portal head on. You see it stretches the membrane and it's holding it back. It's wrapped completely in it. It's stretched outside the plane of the portal apparatus, and it is straining to get farther. Stan.
I lay on hands.
Okay.
The rest of my lay on hands.
Bonus actions, movement. Retreat any. You've got.
Yeah,
some
I'll step back.
Okay, take your movement up the stairs.
Yeah.
All right. Struana.
I'm holding.
Okay. The last few mummies now move to regroup behind the worm. They're all pretty badly fucked up and are gonna let their commander do the job. But they're still gonna give that crab the stink eye. Give me a wisdom save.
That fire was still there, so if any of them had to walk back through it, they need to do the thing.
The one that was on the other side would have just dove over and rolled down the tongue.
23.
Unfazed.
Mm-mm.
She looks at two of them, one with each eye stalk.
And rolls her stocks.
Avrila finishes her solo and figures now must be the time. She casts the dispel. This is going to be a big one. Does anyone want to help at all? Is there any any bonuses anybody can give to checks?
It's so not my area.
No.
I
mostly
also
just-
have Dispel Magic. I don't know if there's any way I can add that to hers.
If you guys cast it at the same time, I would give I would give her a teamwork. She's got the better bonus in this case,
All right.
so she would have advantage.
And I can't spell, but I'm casting it as a higher level spell because that's the slot I got too. So
What
it is a
level are you
4th level
casting it
spell.
at? Okay. So it will still be a roll, and so as she's casting, the bubble starts to sort of ripple and distend and stretch, but it's not coming disconnected. Nothing is disanchoring itself from the magic that's been woven in. Yours, however, when you add yours to hers, basically like an amplifier, it shatters the bubble. It comes loose. You see the reality behind it just close up, and the frame just starts to crumble into individual little metallic twisted pieces. The dragon is really mad and comes just shooting out straight at the worm. It goes to run past it. The worm snaps at it. They begin to tangle outside of the mouth of the snake. You see at the top of its mouth, the dragon just reaches its head in, and the entire inside of the worm lights up blue. This goes on for just a few seconds, and then chunks of purple plate and various bits of spatter erupt into the mouth, and the whole thing is dropped. The dragon flies out, and you can see it join battle, and it has been really wanting to do this. The tide is clearly turned in a matter of seconds. It's not long after the dragon takes the field that a horn is blown outside. Worms that are left dive underground, and you can hear a rattling from below, like somebody just poked a nest of vipers. The entire valley just erupts in a rattling sound, and the sun goes down. And you finally have just a second to realize what has finally happened. As the sun sets again on the wrong side of the sky, watching an army of serpents under a blue dragon mop up the last clots of skirmishes with the undead servitors of your nemesis. It feels a little bit like a triumph.
Except not entirely. Except it feels also like equally exhausting.
Yeah.
The world didn't end today. Hurrah.
Yeah.
A few moments, but about the time that you've realized that you've caught your breath, the dragon returns to the maw of the snake and give you kind of a wary. You're not my people, it says in Draconic.
I respond in Draconic, the we know where you sleep passphrase code thing.
Draws its head up and back. Oh. I see Flumianwir sent something to balance the scales. It switches to what we will now call Eastern Common for now. You have my thanks, if not my trust. You came to save your city on the other side of the continent. I can appreciate that. You've done well today.
Borannor is still out there. We weren't able to defeat him.
His
Almost.
people are crushed. It will be years before he would be able to mount another siege like that, and he will never again take me by surprise in that way. He used that infernal horse that you struck down. Oh, he doesn't know that. He used some infernal nightmare that
I see.
Oh, we
all-
killed that.
to invade my lair ethereally. I will be prepared next time.
That poor tortured beast is no longer of this world, fortunately.
Ah, my, you are useful. Tell me,
That was me.
do you plan to stay?
Oh.
Gives big old
No.
fangy smile.
We don't appear to be well built for the desert.
Oh, I could
And-
make you something stronger than you are. You have proven quite useful, and I hate to lose such valuable toys.
Like, Struana just looks tired. Just like, I mean, you do you, man. I wanna.
Well,
We helped you. We just want to go home.
You know, it would be cool because
home is where
This-
you make your kingdom. Before
I,
you make a final decision.
I have no
Tonight,
idea if
the
I can
city
persuasion.
feasts, and I shall show you exactly what I have to offer.
On the persuasion check of a dragon there, I am just going to, like, hey, you know, we helped you. It would be cool if you could make there be less, like, obnoxious war in this region, because, frankly, everyone's got a reasonable argument. Maybe work on some treaties and do your shit somewhere else. Diamond is also kind of sleepy. So,
Go ahead and make
that's
the check.
really prettier. Okay. Say +6 to that. 18 is. I know I'm talking to a dragon, so I'm like 18 is probably not good enough.
The shine diminishes a little off its smile. You have much to learn about the desert. If
Later.
you stay, perhaps you'll learn. I'll teach you. Come now. You need rest and tending to, and I must gather my people. They have lost a pillar of their society today, sacrificed in the name of prophecy.
So, prophecy? Say what now?
Oh, yes. I knew a day like this would come. If you know where I sleep, you know I have slept here for more lifetimes than one. And in others, I have had more power available to me. In those lifetimes, I wove magics and wishes into moments that could be utilized with the proper devotion and sacrifice of my followers. The abbotess was taught well. She did her duty. Now she has passed on to her great reward. Still, the people will miss her. She was much beloved.
Are there any other unfulfilled steps of the prophecy?
The part where I eat a pack of mouthy foreigners that ask too many questions before dinner. No, I wasn't that specific. Now,
You play all of your evil characters the exact same way, and they are so irritating, Thomas. Every one of them. So irritating.
Because he's not
no clever
acting.
quips for you. That's, I'll tell you that. Come now. There will be a feast.
So I have a point of order, Thomas, about the Fae friend.
Yes.
Like,
There's a cutscene in the Feywild as the last echoes of the material plane fade from Unvila's ears, and a centaur dressed in shining armor, surrounded by a mob of pixies, charges in and points its spear and said, "Ah, a darkling. You've run long enough. Come. Let's find a new story for you." And Unvila just sort of cries, and then it fades. Does that help?
yeah, just
Right.
I feel bad that I couldn't save him.
Well, maybe a trip to the Feywild is in order.
I don't know about that.
I feel like I'd have a hard time convincing these two that that's what we need to do next.
I'm
every minute of
literally in the middle of I've been listening to Critical Role podcast, and I'm literally in that part where they're in the Feywild.
Yeah, it gets bad.
It's just like, no.
Don't walk on the grass; it'll eat you.
So the dragon just walks past you and says, gestures with a wing, says, "Come along," and just trots down the throat of the snake.
Just look at the two of you and sort of shrug and like, hey, food,
Yep.
sleeping.
I request I see this just like quietly, just so that only these two hear. I request we eat to be courteous, and then excuse ourselves.
We have an airship to rest on.
I'm tired of being hot.
Yeah.
I'm tired of being a dragon spawn.
I have a feeling that won't stop.
There was mentioned that the price of the secret that you held was never not to know it. As you're talking about the heat, you realize that it's getting a little cooler as you're descending the throat. It goes down into a spiraled ramp. You see there's a few doors and archways that come off from it. Most of them look like they're not really designed to be navigated with feet. The last door, the dragon places a hand on a rock and twists it a little bit, and the door itself turns 180 degrees and becomes a completely other door. At which point it puts two claws on what is a perfectly designed dragon doorknob. Not so much for monkey hands. And just flings open a door into a Scrooge McDuckian hoard of wealth. Just mostly copper and gemstones just strewn about the place. And you see in the back there are various things mounted on shelves and trophy bits, and it looks like there's a whole shelf with little gems that have tiny people in them. And he says, "Behold, you have been my champions for the day. It is wise to reward those who do service. Take what you can carry."
Can I ask a question?
I hope so. God.
There are no conditions on my generosity in this matter. Does that
No,
answer
no.
you? Then yes.
What can you explain the gems with the creatures in them?
Oh. They crossed me.
Gotcha.
Now, they are my playthings.
Hey, is there anyone in there I recognize?
He's Dr. Pretorius. This is fantastic.
You'd have to really go examine them.
Well, as a general curiosity thing, like, whoa, that's
He has
possible?
a Pikachu and a Charmander and a Squirtle.
Actually, as you get close to them, they start to do like the little Mexican jumping bean wiggle. Like the things inside them are clearly alive and angry about being there. Mostly humanoid. You see, but just I mean, it's really a collection. He has no two of them are the same. They're all mint in gem. Nothing. No one. I maybe make a history check from some of what you've picked up in your travels in the desert, but
I can do that. 11.
11.
Yeah.
None of them. No specific names, but you do recognize some of the telltale signs of bards. In about 4 of them, that may have been some missing bard throughout history.
6 to you, man.
When he gestured at the take what you can carry, did it include this part of the room?
Oh yeah, he said no conditions on his generosity.
Cool. I'm grabbing some bards and stones.
So
Nods.
your reward for this adventure is you're gonna start a band.
He said what you can carry. I got 4 rocks. I can carry more than that.
I will go look at these people as well. A history check. Can you make a check if you're not proficient in something?
I can.
Yeah,
Jack of all trades.
it just sucks. It's
Yeah.
just your intelligence, Stan.
I am gonna go look at other things in the room now that are glittery and
Can I try to spot a druid in the collection?
Give me a knowledge nature.
Thomas, on a history
Nope.
check, I got 18.
There, you see some heraldry that you recognize from the Republic lands in the north. Mostly that. There's also, because you live in a port city, you've seen some of, you've seen some fleet symbols of airships and other things, and there's a few of those types of things. Like nothing that you instantly recognize, but you're like, oh, that's first mate's insignia for some airship.
All right, I'll gather. I will also gather as many of those as I can carry.
Would someone look for a druid for me? Because apparently I went blind.
Oh, sure.
Knowledge nature, you say?
Yeah. So.
Can I lean on my wait? I can do knowledge nature.
Oh, I'm even worse. I got 6.
That is not worse than my roll.
Oh, fair enough.
You do see one little figure.
12.
You do see one little figure with like leaves woven in its hair and all like beardy and matted and looking they don't wear any insignia or anything, and also I mean it looks the druidiest. I mean, and
not in an evil way.
He's clearly been like he's been mad for a long time. I mean, being stuck in one of these, who knows how long he's been.
Is he doing this?
That thing. Borannor was good when he showed up here the first time.
We gotta leave the desert.
Yep.
Oh, we do.
So,
we really, really do.
What other treasure stuff is available, and how many bards did I get?
This is you found about four that carry some obvious symbol of bardic heraldry. I mean there's a solid 3 dozen of these baubles in various gems. Other wealth, I mean, to be honest, this is a very deep, ancient hoard. It is not quite the match for Flumienweir, but there is also a city that tithes this dragon and has done so for a very long time. So, really, I mean, the sky's kind of the limit. If you want, I can do a full-on, random roll everything for you. If you have any requests that might be reasonable, I might throw some quirks and things on there to represent the area. But right now you have kind of an open season.
All right, I can't make those decisions right now. Then it is too late in the evening.
Okay, so we will zoom out the camera, and there will be a crossfade to Struana, Click Clack, and Stan in a bar in the library district, telling a whole crowd of people, and there was this thing, and I got one of these, and you should have seen. Oh yeah, and does anybody know any of these people? And somebody in the back goes, wait a minute, how'd you guys get back? And we will cut there. So we'll do some wish listing. We have a break coming up on the game. The holidays are coming up in real life, although this won't be posted until probably after them if I know my editing schedule the way I do. Meanwhile, this is pretty much the end of this season arc. I mean, you guys that was I was impressed by that whole game. The last several sessions, the whole desert arc and everything leading up to it. This was epic. And it's not over.
Oh my god, you guys, we only almost died.
Yeah.
We only almost died. We're not actually dead yet.
I was down to 6 hit points before I did that lay on hands on myself.
I actually had 1 death there and came back to life briefly.
Lovelace died once and almost died again.
Oof.
Like, I took my action to feed her a health potion because I had to.
Good.
So does that mean narratively when we pick up, we're not going to be out of the desert?
No.
Okay.
That was just some non-linear
we'll probably
storytelling.
Actually, to be honest, I'll ask you guys as we kind of close this season. When we start up the next season, do you want to do any desert exploring? Do you guys want to hang around in the desert, or I see David like, no, we have to get out of the desert.
No.
I'm on an aquatic animal.
It's not just about hot, though. There's a bit of culture shock going on here, too.
Well, that too.
Also, I mean, like, we just helped the bad guys-ish to help the good guys-ish to... Does this neutral out? This probably neutrals out, which is fine for me, but still.
You're the one that has to spin it so we look good.
That's literally what I'm good at, so that helps.
Well, this has been a fantastic season. I've had a lot of fun with it. I have a feeling you guys have had fun with it. I hope everybody watching has had fun with it. Meanwhile, thank you everybody for watching this far. Thanks to our players for playing this far. Thanks to everybody at D&D for giving us the framework to tell these ridiculous stories. And thank you to our patrons and everybody who has kicked in. It has been quite a year and some for us at A Bard's Tale. Thanks for watching. From all of us at GameBreakers, I am Thomas. This is Allison, David, Diamond, and if you like what you see, hit like. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And if you want to see it get better, so do we. Hit up our Patreon and help us make some upgrades for Season 3. Thanks for watching. Have a good game.